Well, I just interviewed Hurricane Chris.
Yeah.
You guys know each other?
Yeah, me and Hurricane got a whole tape together, man.
Oh, okay. Shreveport and Baton Rouge, how far is that?
4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Hurricane Chris just beat a second-degree murder charge.
Yeah, so.
I'd interviewed him while he was still fighting his case. It was an open case, so we didn't, you know what I mean? We just very briefly touched on it, kept going. But after he was found not guilty, he reached out to me. He said, yo, Vlad, I'm ready to talk. You know, I'm saying, you sure? He goes, no, absolutely. I want to put it all out there, everything else like that. And the situation's kind of interesting. I don't know if did you watch the interview?
No.
No. Okay. So this is what happened. He's in his car. He's in his Benz, and he's got a gun, I think, in his front seat. He got a gun on him, and I think he's got another gun in his front seat. He goes to pump his gas, and then he goes into the store to get some soda or something. As he's in the store, this guy walks up to his car and opens his door. This is all on film, by the way. He opens his door, and he comes out and was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And the dude started approaching him, and he's got a gun in his seat, and he's got a gun on him, and he's like, "Yo, back away." And the guy's like approaching him. He starts reaching in his pocket. In his pocket, we found out later, was like a big, like a cement block. He kept telling him to back away, kept telling him to back away, kept telling him to back away. The guy was like, "Oh, I'm going to fuck you up," whatever. Pulled out his gun and shot him. He was facing life in prison. Took it to trial, and he took the stand himself.
Shouldn't even went to trial. Because he was a rapper.
It was a self-defense thing,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
He said the whole thing with the cement wasn't even brought up until later on in discovery.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then there was a whole situation around it, which was kind of weird because when they booked him, the car was technically stolen, right? Because he had basically gotten a car, like he had met a girl, they started dating. He basically put a car in her name, and then when things broke up, she reported stolen. So they almost made it look like
He killed somebody and he had a stolen car.
yeah, or that guy was basically trying to retrieve a stolen car and he killed him.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It was a fucked up story, but the girl even took the stand and explained what happened and everything else like that. He ended up beating a second-degree murder charge. And he, you know what I'm saying, he came in and he said condolences to the family, everything else like that. But it was a fucked up situation. It shows how quickly things could escalate in a very bad state. You know, but thank God he actually beat it. And, you know, he was able to walk away because I'm sure it was a very scary situation at that moment. You heard about the BTB Savage situation.
Who? Oh, yeah.
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 What are your thoughts about that?
No thoughts. It just get back, bro. Like, you know, like, when you kill a loved one, you basically gotta separate yourself, move away, or keep killing their loved ones.
Mm.
It's the only way you survive at war in the streets. You gotta leave, bro. You gotta, you know, once you get that point, you know, when you done took somebody and it's known, it's a fact, it's not, you know, you gotta make a decision whether to go to war, retreat.
Yeah. So the BTB Savage story, you know, hit the blogs. Me and him started DM. You know, I told him I'm glad he's okay. I didn't really know the whole story. I asked if he wanted to do an interview. He said, "Oh, I definitely want to do it." He's like, "This is gonna be like bigger than Soulja Boy."
Yeah.
And we got his phone number, and I guess he had like switched his phone number at one point. So I remember like a week or so later, he hit me up. He's like, "Yo, man, I don't know if you changed your mind, but I'll pay you to do the interview."
Yeah.
And I said, no, that's cool. You ain't got to pay me. Like, you know, we just didn't have your phone number. Oh, yeah, my bad. Here's a new number. Okay, cool. So we scheduled the interview. I didn't know the story before we sat down in terms of details.
Yeah.
And he kind of told me the story before the interview and then repeated it during the interview. And what I found out was he didn't actually kill the guy. Well, according to him, the guy came in to like get a verse, and then he pulled out a gun and tried to rob him. They started to scuffle over the gun, and then his girlfriend was in the back. She came out with his gun, and she ended up shooting the guy dead.
Okay.
Right? And then like the dudes who was with the guy ended up shooting through the door. The whole thing was a fucking mess. He turned himself in, explained her and him to explain what happened, and the police said it's self-defense. In the interview, I asked him if he's worried about retaliation, and he kind of brushed it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, have you considered moving away? Just like in the same way that you said, because I've unfortunately seen this story too many times. Mo3, your friend. If you look at our old interview, I'm damn near pleading for him to move away.
Yeah.
FBG Duck, same situation. And he's like, no, I'm not going to move away. So I put the interview out. 4 days later, I get a phone call from someone from Houston that I know. And they send me a news report of a young man that got killed in broad daylight. His car got shot up like 30 times. And he said, this is BTB Savage.
Yeah.
And I was just in shock. And the first thing I did, because I know the guy, I believe it, but I'm still okay. Well, let me see if this is really true. So the first thing I do is I go to his Twitter page, and the picture I see, the picture I'm talking about.
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to show the picture. Whoever's watching this can look at this up yourself, because I don't really want to show it myself. But 2 hours before he got killed, he posted this picture.
Damn, that's a lot of blood.
That's the crime scene.
That's 2 hours before he got killed?
He posted this picture 2 hours before he got killed.
Oh, yeah, they just stalked him. They followed him and stalked him. He put him on their trail. I ain't know that. He put him on their trail. All they did is wait outside them apartments and they followed him.
Here's another picture from the same Twitter post.
Oh, yeah, bro. He taunting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put him on his drop. He put him on his drop and they just followed him and sprayed him.